Okay, folks, looks like I'm recording, and that's exciting. And I believe I'm being heard. I can't quite tell, but it's always a mystery jumping on to these little Zoom deals, which I'm going to transfer over to YouTube, and so I can share it with you. And so I think I'll take my glasses off so you can see me. It's a little bit, it has a really bad reflection. And so I just wanted to share something that I had shared with me today from one of my business associates, who's also a mentor, a gentleman who earns over $1 million a year and has earned in his career some $60 million. So he kind of has some documentation for success. And I was asking him more in detail what kind of effort that he had to put in on a daily basis and a weekly basis and things like that to compare with, my own effort to see, where I can step up and accomplish more. And so he shared with me some pretty prodigious numbers. And a lot of people will just figure out, if I have to do that, I'm out. I quit. But I figure like, oh, it's good to know what you should be doing to measure up to a better rank, to more success. And basically, I think over a 2-week period, he had reached out to some 2,000 people. And from those 2,000 people, I believe he had, around 49 or so that joined him in this particular promotion. And, that really, unless I'm totally off, I think that calculates to about what, 5%. And that's kind of the return that some other mentors that I've talked to would get. So if you're just trying to build a networking business and only talking to 2 or 3 people a day, it could happen for you. And some people have developed 6-figure incomes just off bringing in, 10 or 15 people. I'm not saying that that hasn't happened and can happen. And I know of one young woman who the main person she brought in was such a heavy hitter that this lady is actually earning tremendous income off of the check matching feature. But you never know where you're going to find those people, because it is, in a sense, a numbers game. And however you want to reach out, if you believe in social media attraction marketing, I suppose some people claim that that works. Or if you just want to work from leads list, or if you just want to work off of Facebook, your own list of people meet, and on your phone, on your computer, on your email, things like that. So that would be what you'd be wanting to do, is to just increase those numbers. So and I've heard from some other highly successful people in the industry that have made tens of millions of dollars that their initial surge was 100 to 200 people a day, just contacting them in a nice, friendly way, maybe on the phone. And how's that, like that? Do I have that right? There's something like, there we go. My left hand is retarded. And then emails, text, but just some way of opening up a conversation and a contact, and looking to help people. That's one thing. We want to bring people into the fold here, but so we can help them, we can point, guide, and direct them to how this works and how they can be successful on some level. It's never the right attitude to think, hey, I got me one. Never think like that, because that means you're just taking advantage of people. You want to have an attitude that you're bringing these people in. They're like your friends. They're like your students. They're, the people that you are mentoring. And so you got to be responsible for that. And, but yeah, it's prodigious numbers. Now I'm going to show you something. I brought it up here as a kind of comparison for why this is probably how things really work. So one of the greatest organists that ever lived was a guy named Marcel Dupré. And he was maybe the greatest organist since Bach. So I don't know if you can see this, but if you just look at this page, you'll see that as brilliant as he was, he wrote in the fingerings and the pedal markings for all of the pieces in this particular collection that he published later. When he was in his early 20s, I think it's 22 or 23, something like that, he played in a concert performance from memory the entire organ works, the entire organ collection of Johann Sebastian Bach. So he had a prodigious memory. But here's a guy with that kind of talent and that kind of genius that still took the time to write in the fingering for each piece, measure by measure by measure. And so that's the kind of detail I think is necessary also in our business, that you be very thorough, that you keep records, that you know have a way to follow up with people, and that you just be very prodigious about production. You know, I had a friend of mine, I listened to his live sending today that he was doing. He's talking about his workout routine, and he was saying that the standard, the norm that he sees in America today is mediocrity. And that's a terrible thing, but I see that too. You see that from our leadership in Washington. You see it on the media. You see it on the kind of things that people are allowed to get by with in school, that mediocrity is the norm. And it's a shame, because I grew up in a time where mediocrity was frowned upon. And, you know, you're always running and challenging to hopefully keep up. So I just wanted to pass that on. I'm also brought in here, we have it down here, I believe. This is an opera score of something that I had sung a while back. I could still sing it, but I'm kind of out of the loop, so I'm not, you know, I'm not on the radar, so to speak. So let me see here. So this would be, you know, like just a couple of pages out of it's out of a duet from Otello. I don't know if you can see that at all, but you'll see there I have, like, you know, my translations, and over here just opening up another page that I don't know, it's kind of hard to get. There we go. That I would make markings, you know, counting out the entrances that I had, also stage directions for acting out the part properly, and for review. It's not like I just pick up the score, because I do read music very quickly, but so what, you know, then you're just not really doing the deep dive. And I was telling my friend that I remember when I had to do a part that also entailed me dancing on stage with the ballet in a simple fashion, that not considering myself to be any kind of a dancer at all, that the choreography for that, I rehearsed that on my own in my apartment over 100 times, just so that the reflex was just automatic. No matter what happened, I couldn't be distracted or thrown off, you know, thrown off what I was supposed to be doing. And that's just what you expected to do. And so anyway, I'm just sharing this for the handful of people that are looking to do something better and do something special. And maybe, you know, right now I'm more in business than in music, even though I still teach, I still do some performing, but that, you know, your focus would be, if you're going to do it, you know, why not go after something big, you know, like 100,000 a year, 500,000 a year, 1 million a year. Why not go for that? But how are you going to do it? Just cause you have a dream and because you want to manifest it, you know, because that's my vision. There's a prodigious amount of work, the right kind of work necessary. And it just seems like a lot of people just don't know about that. My generation, we grew up with it. We just understood it, you know, like, hey, if you're going to build something in your backyard, it's going to take some work. It's going to take the tools and the hammer and the sweat equity and things like that to make it happen. And you can't be lazy about it. But, you know, it seems like, you know, the amount of effort it takes to rise to the top is not always understood. So the reason I'm sharing that is just to pass that along, hopefully as good information for people that they would kind of want to know more about, and just realize, hey, if we're going to go on this journey together, it's going to take some effort, and it's going to take a lot of effort. And then you have time off too. You can still enjoy your life, but there's certain steps that you have to do. Just like in my opera career, when I had it, you had to memorize every day. You know, you had a deadline and a timeline, and you had to show up, and the part had to be automatic in your head, just like your name, rank, and serial number. You need to know the part. And you only get that by drilling. What are they? Practice, drill, rehearse, PDR. Okay, so hey, thanks for tuning in. And that's for people that want to know more about how certain things are done. And so if you want to join my online trading platform with the Kajaks, or the marketplace marketing platform with close to 30 brands, and You want to see how that all works, let me know, reach out, and we all have our favorites. I have a handful of my favorite brands, about 4 or 5, maybe 6. And I know about the others, but I have certain areas that interest me, and you'd be the same. You may have an interest in your appearance and makeup, or you might have an interest in weight loss, or like athletic performance or energy, or whatever it might be. Better mileage for your car, learning how to invest successfully. And just to mention on that, our investors, our traders, we have like professional traders that have an education platform of what they do, how to do it, how to learn the technology. One of the new terms I have, new words I have, pips. Do you know what a pip is? And do you know how to evaluate a pip and how to watch for that? And that was news to me. It's like, well, pip, what is that? But that's part of the educational process, and you have to kind of dive into the education, and then you have to begin to apply the effort and begin to realign yourself. And the same thing with singing. You have to vocalize, you have to exercise, you have to challenge yourself with new music, new opportunities. You have to be productive. You can't afford to choose comfort and mediocrity. That's why we talk about getting out of your comfort zone, because that's just going to take you down a bad path. So that's my little chat for today, and thanks for listening. And it'd be wonderful to hear a comment or two from 1 or 2 people, and maybe we can start a conversation and kind of go from there. So all the best. This is that day that it's really hot in Illinois, and I'm inside. I'm cool and comfortable, and we'll talk to you soon next time. Thank you. Let me see how to end this.